you're thinking about ditching the ball and mainly hand feeding, making him work from food from the start, training Kongs, etc. My thoughts on this. So it's not something that I do unless I've got an issue with the dog. Your puppy, I'm a great believer in letting the dog eat, so put the food down for the dog and let the dog eat. And if you want to feed your dog by Kongs, which I do as well, then I take that out of the food allowance. And but you know, dogs are feast and famine animals. Let's see if this makes a difference. So dogs are feast and famine animals, which means that they're not grazers. So horses are grazers. So the herbivores tend to be grazers, horses and cows and so on, and sheep. So they're grazing constantly, whereas predators aren't. Predators have to go out and they have to make a kill and they gorge. So they go in and they eat until their belly is full, and then they sleep it off. And the way their stomach's designed and their intestines are designed is to really expand, and they can really gorge, a huge amount of food. If you're hand feeding your dog and you're not putting the bowl down for your dog's never going to get that full feeling. And when they've got a full tummy, they settle better. And so, especially with puppies, it's really important you get into the routine of feeding them, and then they'll have a nice warm and fuzzy feeling in their belly and they'll settle. But the other thing is their body is designed, their physiology is designed for feast and famine. And so if you're hand feeding all day, you're turning the dog into a grazer, not a feast famine animal. And it means their digestive system isn't going to be working the way it's been designed to work. So use treats and everything, and use Kongs, but also allow them to eat. And the other thing is, when you feed a dog out of a bowl, you're mimicking their intrinsic behaviour. So I know that the dogs, but if they were still out in the wild, or their behaviour is to hunt, kill, rest and play. And so your morning walk is in effect the hunt, and then they would eat and they would lie down and they would sleep off that kill, and that's what we're trying to mimic from a psychological perspective by walking a dog, feeding a dog and then letting them rest for a couple of hours, is to put them back into a really good place from a psychological perspective, starting right with puppies. So that was a really long way of saying, no, I wouldn't ditch the bowl. I would always feed a dog out of its bowl, 4 feeds a day for a puppy.